everybody, it's Amberly with Floss and Needle, and I am just here to tell you about some of the different types of project bags that we happen to have in the shop, along with some different types of Q-snap and nurse hoop covers that we also have. And we wanted to show you guys some of those options. So the first ones we have are your vinyl front bag with a zipper and a D-ring. That is perfect for putting a little accessory bag that also has a vinyl front on it. Then this one has your little hook here, so you can hook right onto that D-ring and then keep all of your accessories along with your project together. Now, if you're not a fan of the vinyl front, have no fear, because we have so many other styles. We have what we call the quilted bottom bag. This is a quilted bag. It's a box bottom. It's got a zipper and then a fully lined inside. We also have the regular flat style bag with the zipper across the top, again fully lined inside, so you can see that it is lined. And if you're not a fan of the zipper, we do have a couple other styles for you. We have this one here. This is our small, but it's got just this flap to hold down, and then of course a fully lined inside. We also have a big version of this bag, and I believe this is 13 by 15 size, and this one again just has that strap to hold this flap down, and then of course a fully lined interior. We then have these, which we love. We have these in a small and a large. These are our button bags. So this one is of course the Grinch fabric, and it's got a button closure that just has a hook with elastic on it. And one of my favorite things about these bags is, besides the gorgeous lining in there, is there's a spot to put your project details. So you can just lift up this flap and be like, oh, this is, a Christmas project. And you don't have to worry then, actually open it, see what's in here. We have these in two different sizes. This is our small, and we do have a large as well, just to give you an idea of the size difference. And they're the button flap closures. We also have plenty of accessories that go along with these. They're a lot of fun and I love them, and they have in so many different colors and fabric choices. So if you're out and about and you're like, oh, I wish I had a place for my needle, this is called a needle nanny. And it's just a little square of felt on some fabric with a little ribbon to hang, whether you put it on your scissors or just have it hanging off of your bag, but it's a great place to put your needle. Then we also have what we call thread beds. These have felt here, so as you're working with your floss and you take off a strand, you can put it on here. You've got your needle, you can also put that here with your working thread, and then you can close this up and throw it in your bag. You're not going to lose your working thread. So these are our thread beds. We also have trays. These are our snap trays, and the way these work is you snap your corners, and all four corners snap up, and they make a tray so that while you're working on your projects, whether you're at a retreat or just at home, you've got a tray where you can put your scissors, your needle minders, your threads you're working, your orts, anything you do, you can put in the tray, and then you can unsnap and easily transport this in your project bag. Now, another thing that we have that sometimes confuses people just a little bit is this. They're like, what is this? How do you use this? So this is a thread keeper. And for those of you that like to use thread drops, or you use a lot of Weeks or Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, you can store your threads on a ring, and these have a snap. And what you do is you put your ring around the snap and snap it so that the ring is there. But then when you pull out your threads, you have your threads on a ring, and this just keeps them all nice and together. They're not going to get tangled up on you. You're going to have them then in your project bag. You don't have to worry about your scissors somehow snagging your thread. They're just going to go in here nice and easy. You just put them down in there, snap this closure, and you're good to go. Now you can also reach up in here if you've got a lot of them and just straighten out those threads. Doesn't take much. And the nice thing too is you can fold this and throw it in your project bag. So simple. Now, I do want to show a couple of our Q-snaps and our Nerd holders, covers. Sorry, not holders. So this is a Nerd hoop. This is the 5.5 by 6.5 size. And we have several of these with enough room then, of course, to work on your project. Also to hold a little bit of extra fabric, but not as much room as we designed for our Q-snap covers. We also have them in for our 8 by 9 size. And again, plenty of room and to work on, you know, your projects that way with a little bit of room for some extra fabric. And then of course we have our Q-snap covers, which will cover that thicker PVC piping. And these will also work for your Nerd snaps, the new Nerd Q, kind of like a Q-snap, but they call them Nerd snaps. We have these, they're a little thicker, but we also have these in an 11 inch, 8 inch, and a 6 inch. To cover some of those sizes. We are working on some bigger sizes, but what we have right now is the 11, 8, and 6 inch sizes. So that is just a small sample of the colors and materials that we have in store for our Q-snaps, our project bags, and the styles. So we hope that gives you an idea of some of the fun project bags that we have for you guys. So if you're interested, come on down to Floss and Needle. Of course, they're also listed online, so you can shop our project bags online. We're working on getting the Q-snap covers up there, but all of the project bags are online right now. So thank you guys. Have a great, wonderful day. See you later.